You are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. David Goggins. Welcome to my channel All Things Spiritual. In this video, we will look upon habits and how they can help us to better ourselves and make us efficient. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Habit: take the H out, a bit remains. Take an A out, a bit remains. And take out the B, then it still remains. The new year has passed us, and I bet you there are going to be a lot of us that plan that it's this year that I would lose 25 pounds or maybe 10 kilos, or maybe I would earn that extra amount of money, or maybe I'll learn my favorite musical instrument. By the time the video goes on air, I'm sure most of us would be back on the couch watching our favorite TV shows, or maybe sulking to the fact that we weren't able to get our New Year's resolutions completed this year. But you know what? Next year it would work like a charm, and let's wait another 11 months for it so that we can enjoy the time and be back to falling to our old routines. In this video, we would take a look at that one trick that could efficiently keep up our habits once they are cultivated. And we can use an important technique that we have used before to identify these breaking patterns in our good habits that we would want to get cultivated and rectify the bad habits that we could then come out successful in the end. So please stay on and watch the video till the end to understand that one trick that can help you break those patterns. So, say for example, you had a New Year's resolution for 2022 that you wanted to remain fit, and this is something that has been really hard to keep up all these years. You start every year with an enthusiasm, then after 3 or 4 weeks, you do your best on the treadmill, and then boredom sets in, and then you are unable to get yourself back on track. Notice that the resolution stretches itself maybe 3 or 4 weeks of January and max up to the week of February, and then you find yourself giving up. A friend of mine gave a good reason, and he told me that it feels just the same and nothing changes day to day. I believe a majority that are listening to this think also the same way. Getting into the gym at the start of January seems really exciting. We feel something is different now and that we are here to see a new self of ours. But to our dismay, we are met with a sudden reality of things. We are unable to see anything different. It's all so tiring, and that too, it is hard to keep up. And then we say to ourselves, how are we going to keep ourselves up with this? Let's get back and let's get to the couch and enjoy a relaxing time and maybe watch some TV or play some video games that would be more stimulating. But then there is that constant talk in the mind. Why are you not at the gym? Why are you sitting at the couch? The very important thing to notice here is that there are two types of talks going on in there. One is the bad cop or the positive talk that says, let's do this good thing. And the other one, the good cop, which says, no, let's sit it out today. And that's the negative talk. When the alarm rings for you to go to the gym, pay attention. The negative talk or the good cop starts to sing in full blast. Where has the positive talk or the bad cop gone right now? Why has it suddenly died? Can you even ask it to come and help you out for a bit and fight out the negative thoughts? No, definitely not. The negative thought has already been chosen by you. It's the talk of the town of the mind now. But then it's there just for that time frame until your gym time has expired, or say for that hour, and after that you would notice that the positive talk or the bad cop starts to beat you up mentally. It tells you, oh my god, you missed it today, and how could you have done that, and why didn't you take any action, and where were you when all this was happening, and who is the one that decided to sit on the couch? So you see, after an hour you are certainly in a very bad position to argue with your own self, to tell yourself what was it that was really stopping you. But notice that someone or something stopped you from that gym session that you were supposed to go to, but that something just vanishes when it's been asked to show itself. If you watch till the end, you will know that one trick to get yourself off your couch and go for that run. So please Please stay on, and also please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. It's our own selves that choose these thoughts, and we are more likely to go to a more relaxing choice rather than a hard one. During a recent interview with Elon Musk, Lex Fridman asked him if a particular decision that you take was so tough that you have your engineers, your experts, the media and the entire world against that certain idea. If a certain thing was possible or not, what would you do? The interesting thing was that Elon Musk just went into a deep thought for a moment, and we heard absolute silence for some time before Elon thought through the answer. He then replied, "That's not the way I think of things." He just told that the way I would just do things is that we should keep doing it or die trying. The main difference between a person that makes it in life is just the way to think of things, and sometimes if his mind comes to him and just tells him that it is not possible, and if he would just go and accept this fact, he is just then losing his ability to analyze what that choice would cost him if he did it. There is a diverse nature of things that we fail to perceive if we shut the door on a certain option that is hard for us, and we fail to see that a whole new life that we may not have experienced before us. It's generally that the human is not interested in doing more than what he's been asked for. That's his greatest fallacy. Great things are achieved by spending more time on things. Take for example of a business. We say we should start a business of a certain kind. Like someone is good at cooking and people comment that they should start a business. But in the end, do we really start it? Most of us just talk about it, but none go ahead even though they are really good at that certain field. Imagine what the world is losing by not seeing the other part of yours that you didn't share with them. In a spiritual sense, you generally come back and go through the entire process in a separate birth and complete the task in another life. So you decide, do you want to do it now and call it, or wait for the next life and go through the entire process and achieve freedom from that thought? It takes about 10,000 hours of intensive practice to achieve mastery of complex skills and materials like playing violin or getting as good as a software programmer at computer programming. So even if we have the talent to achieve a certain trait in our lives, there is an amount of energy that is spent in the number of hours that we make the difference between a beginner and an expert at a particular trait. So coming back to the reason as to why we are not able to achieve our resolutions, and what is that one thing that makes us sit back and relax and enjoy and then get beaten up by our own minds. For this, I would come back to Sri Ramana Maharishi's standard inquiry of who am I, but in a different sense. We need to train ourselves to ask at the point of time when the thought comes up and states, let's not go to the gym today. We need to confront the thought as to who is having the problem to go to the gym today. Many of us won't be able to even ask the question itself because we may be caught up in that total negative emotion at that point in time of not going to the gym. And these emotions and thoughts just cloud our mind, making us unable to ask that very important question. But by observing pure mindfulness, we can ask ourselves this one question. We could alternatively keep an alarm on our phone and name that alarm who's the one that doesn't want to go to the gym today. So we are reminded about that question at that point in time. The ones that procrastinate this to a great extent, I would advise you to set up such an alarm, and that you may be definitely sure that you are going to miss the gym today. When the alarm goes off, sit quietly and then ask yourself this question: who's the one that stops me? And I bet you there is no one out there to stop you. Try it out and let me know in the comment section below. What were your results? And the results may shock you. Sri Ramana Maharishi made it a recurring question to be asked to ourselves, lest we get get caught up in such negative emotions. We should routinely ask ourselves, who is this asking such and such negative question? And the negative barrier would then be dissolved immediately. The result of such an inquiry would enable us to get on track with our daily routine, and we can then not be bothered by any backfiring of the positive or the bad cop emotions later on, since we achieved a certain task on that day. The clues for our success and failure are in our mind only. Keep a keen observation on your thoughts and identifying and eliminating the negative emotions that are key to Sri Ramana's inquiry on who am I. Once the negative emotion is rooted out totally, then there is no barrier left for the person to achieve their goals. This happens through the daily watering of the cultivation of good habits within a person, and he or she can then, due to elimination of negativity within themselves, enjoy a peaceful existence. How did you like the video on that one trick that can help you get ahead in your daily routine? Please do let me know in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.